Hi, this is Hiten Shelar. This is my recent tweet which says that the universe is under no obligation in repeating the states it always repeated. And so now, I, the Earth, become the center of the solar system for this given state, the geocentric model. And no one can disagree. Boldly, I wonder if ancients looked this deep. Well, what's going on? I'm talking about the geocentric model, and it might not be as stupid as it actually sounds. So let's see why. So first, I would like to know you to know about what is physics first, because it's required. It's all about the physics. It's all about the game of physics. So imagine a random state of the universe, where you have a box in which random the particles are randomly dispersed, they're randomly arranged. So that's a state 1. After the state 1 comes the state 2. In the state 2 we have the same particles but a bit different arrangement of those particles. At this moment we can't judge anything, we can't comment anything on this. Now we have the state 3. Again, some different type of orientations of particles and their positions have been changed as compared to state 1 and state 2. Again, at this moment we can't judge anything, but let's say we have like a lot of number of this like a huge number of the states, and at a certain point we can actually judge, we actually tend to see a pattern, like we actually tend to see a pattern in those orientations and positions of those particles. We want to see a pattern in it, and when we actually see it, we'll be like, okay, this is how it works. And we try to convince ourselves, try to see those patterns again and again in every system out there. And once it is confirmed in time that over time this pattern continues, or in time, we also try to do it in space. And if the patterns works in time and in space, we we label it as the law of physics. We label it that this is how the physics work. For example, the gravity. We don't know why. We know that mass curves the space-time, or the stress energy tensor curves the space-time. But we don't know why does mass bend the space-time. We don't know about that. We just say that mass bends the space-time. So what's going on? So we study these patterns and label them the law of physics. Well, this is about the classical physics. But when you study the micro scales of the universe, this pattern still works. But when you study the quantum physics, these patterns break down. We don't see this pattern at all. Whenever you try to use those patterns right there in the quantum scale, there's an error 1, then error 2, error 3. We get the errors because the patterns don't work there at all. But we again tend to see, we try to look at a pattern in those errors itself, those errors themselves. And now we see a pattern in the errors, like a kind of pattern maybe, and that kind of gives us a probability for, not a prediction, but a probability that any state S1 can achieve S3. What is the probability of that? So you get a probability distribution. So once you know that physics is all about this pattern, in reality, guys, even if the universe, we see this pattern in those states, the universe was never obligated in repeating those patterns. Never, never, ever. Even if in my entire history, in our entire history, we never seen a physics law being broken, I still confidently will say that the universe is never obligated in repeating the state it always repeated. It's never obligated. So even if even if it's showing the patterns, it's never obligated to show those patterns. And that's why we see those errors in quantum physics. So many people say that quantum physics is bizarre and all, but once you realize that the universe was never obligated in repeating the patterns it always repeated, quantum physics seem less bizarre. Quantum physics seems less bizarre. And you can see the real world, the macro world itself, as bizarre as the quantum physics, to be honest. So coming to the tweet, we have just a random arrange of the planets right there, from Sun to the furthest planet from the Sun, which is Uranus, Neptune. Sorry. So just a random arrangement of those planets, random arrangement, maybe just in one line, maybe. So at any given that state, at that any given state, from Sun to the Neptune, we can't state anything that the Earth has to be in the center or Sun has to be the center. We can't say, because the universe was never, as I said, is obligated to repeat it in repeating the states it always repeated. So maybe in a 4.8 billion history of Earth or the Sun, where Earth always revolved around the Sun, or every planet revolve around the Sun, even if that happened for the entire history. But for any given moment, at any state right now, the universe is still under no obligation in repeating the states it always repeated. So at any given state, I'm under you are not in a position to actually state that is still has to go like this way, that every planet will revolve around the sun. Even if you will be 100% right, I can tell you that you will be 100% right, but just looking at any given state, you can't say that whether the model is heliocentric or geocentric. So at any given state, which I just hold in my hand like this, I can't say that this is heliocentric or geocentric, because we can't judge. Maybe the universe next time will not repeat its pattern. Maybe every planet out there will revolve around the earth, creating that geocentric model people always believed in the past. Well, even if that does not correspond like to what how reality works, but that's our mere respect to the fact that the universe was never, is never, or maybe will never be obligated in repeating the states it always repeated. So maybe ancients knew that, and that's why they said that, that geocentric model is the reality. Who knows? And if they did so, they are damn intelligent. Who knows about that? I mean, that's really great. I mean, yeah.